All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is the game that's exactly like Wordle, except every row, one of the clues is a lie. So not quite like Wordle, but the A and O are yellow, the strings with armor. I want to assume those are true, so let's do, what if we did something OAR? We could do board, we could do horde. Okay. I did horde just because I think H is a slightly better letter than B. Interesting. So we didn't get any contradictions. So we could stick with the OAR potentially. But we couldn't do the D then. So it would probably have to end in an S. We could do soars, because sometimes doing a double letter can help you get contradictions. So let's try that. Okay. Well, one of the A's is a lie, clearly, right? Those can't both be true. Whichever one is the lie, they could both be lies, but at least one of them is a lie. Whichever one is a lie, on that row, everything else will be true. So we know that one of the green O's is true and one of the gray R's is true. So therefore we know they're both true, which means these are true because there's no R. There is an O, so knowing this is true, the only way this can be a lie is if there's two O's and it's supposed to be green. So it's probably true. And so what do we know from that? And then the A is interesting here because if this one is true, then that's a lie and the M is true, and that's fine. But if this one is the lie, we don't actually know. These could both be, well, they could all three be lies if there was an A at like the beginning, I suppose. I mean, AO is not a great way to start a word. But at any rate, so we've got the O. Oh, and the S's. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with the double letter thing. So the first one's gray, the second one is yellow. Now, if there's an S third or fourth, there can't be an S second because of the O, but let's say there's an S third or fourth. The first one should be yellow and the second one should be gray. So there can't be an S somewhere else. If there is an S, it has to be here. So there's either an S and it's there. It's not entirely true. The only way this one could be the lie is if there's an S at the beginning and an S somewhere else, something like that, because the yellow S would be true then. So that's the only way that this first one can be the lie. And if that one is true, then this one has to be a lie, either because there's no S or there's an S at the end. So what I'm saying is, there's no way that both of these can be true. One of them has to be the lie, therefore the gray A has to be true. This is a lie, this is a lie, everything else is true. So we've got the O, there's no A, we might have an S, but it would have to be at the end, or there'd have to be two of them, and one would have to be at the beginning. So I'm gonna say maybe there's not an S. You know what would be interesting is coupe, like a car, like a two-door car versus a sedan. Do you know why a chicken coop only has two doors? Because if it had four, it'd be a chicken sedan. All right, we know this is true. Either the U is there, or there's an E, or both. But we definitely have one of those true. One of those two has to be true. So at this point, for that first S to be the lie, no, because we don't know that the U is there. I was gonna say if the U was true, then you would have to have this. Actually, I think that would work, wouldn't it? That's interesting. Let's try that. Ooh, okay. That was really interesting that was possible. Well, clearly this O is the lie. The rest of these are true. That's true. This is true. This is a lie. Ooh, this is the lie because there's no U. Okay. So we've got the O, we've got an E somewhere, and that's all we've got. It's interesting that a word with the double S was still possible after I guessed coupe. Okay. And the E is not at the end, so I'm thinking there. But we can't do ER, we can't do ED, we could do EY or ET or something. EL, something like vowel. Why not? Okay. Well, this is true. The E is probably true. Interesting. Oh, we could do bowel if the W is the lie. All right, there we go. Very nice. Well, it took a few guesses to get there, but I didn't feel like we had too much trouble today. Everything I was guessing was getting me new information. Sometimes you make a guess and you're like, well, didn't learn anything. But for the most part, other than I think maybe Horde at the beginning didn't give us too much at first. But anyways, let me know if you soared to the solution today or if you had trouble figuring out what vowels you needed to use. And let me know how many guesses it took you to get to the vowels of the solution. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.